My name's Teri, and I've suffered from anxiety and depression since early childhood. Grades 1 and 2, my gender dysphoria, I'm transgendered, and my gender dysphoria began around that time and made my anxiety and depression more pronounced during my early school years. I found solace in playing the piano and the violin. I started studying those when I was 8 and 10, and my feelings of depression and hopelessness during those times were expressed through my music. That was the only way I could do it. I couldn't talk to my parents about how I was feeling. I thought I would be rejected, which I wouldn't have been, but that's how I felt. And so through music, I was able to communicate my feelings to people in the audience when I played. And that helped keep me alive, I believe. I first considered suicide in grade 9, walking home from school one day, and I was just so miserable and depressed that I thought that might be a way out. And I didn't attempt it until I was 25. But right about that time in grade 9 was my first experience with alcohol. And I found that a drink when I was babysitting somewhere made me feel a lot better. And I started self-medicating with alcohol around grade 9 and 10. Obviously not getting drunk, but borrowing alcohol from my parents' liquor cabinet, whatever. And that began my concurrent disorder. Because my concurrent disorder was alcoholism with my depression and anxiety. And through this chaos, I managed to graduate from high school, and I went to UBC and completed a 4-year bachelor degree in violin performance. And I don't know how I did it, honestly, but I did it. And I came through the other end, and after I graduated from UBC, that's when my depression even worsened more, and I attempted suicide when I was 25 for the first time. And that started a series of hospitalizations for me, which went on for about 20 years, basically. In 1995, to go back a ways, I stopped drinking, and that was the beginning of my recovery. I still was hospitalized many times for depression, but the alcohol was out of the equation in 1995, and I feel good about that. I also went through gender reassignment surgery in 1999, and that was a big relief for me. But my depression continued after that even. And in 1998, I was in St. Paul's Hospital for the umpteenth time, and Dr. Remick happened to be my doctor this one stay. And he took me on as a patient, and I've been with him ever since. And that was the beginning of my recovery. Well, his use of medications and ECT were what kept me relatively stable through those years. I had ECT dozens of times over the years, and he finally got me on a cocktail of medications, and a lot of people call it the Remick cocktail. He got me on these combinations of antidepressants and antipsychotics that finally started working. And without him, I don't think I would have come through as I have come through. He also got me into the gym. And I say that hesitantly because it took a long time. I would go walking one morning per week for 15 minutes and then go back to no walking. And then next time it would be half an hour one day a week. And he kept encouraging me gently and nicely. And finally in 2010 I started going to the gym full time. And that's when my mood really shifted. I went to the gym 7 days a week for 1 hour, not for very long, just 1 hour, and I lost a lot of weight. I lost 60 pounds in the first 3 or 4 years, well, 4 years since I've started exercising. And I feel good about that, but the exercises really help my mood. And I've talked to Dr. Remick about it, and I think probably about 30% of my recovery now is from exercise, the results. So I feel good about that. Well, my parents played a huge role. They were behind me through thick and thin all the years of my hospitalizations. Before that, when they raised me, they were wonderful, and they stuck beside me through my gender dysphoria and my gender reassignment surgery. They came to Montreal with me. They were a huge support for me and still are. I don't think I would have made it out the other end without their help. They're really special to me. Well, I've been going to see Dr. Remick for group medical visits at St. Paul's, and then he started working out of the MDA office. And so I started coming here for the group medical visits, and at one point I reached the point in my remission where I felt great, but I felt something was missing. And at one group medical visit, Dr. Remick quietly suggested that I volunteer here. And that was the beginning of my volunteering here. And I just, the same day I signed up, and within a week I was training to be a greeter. Well, volunteering has given me the ability to reduce my social anxiety by a big margin. Working with the people in the office, they're super, and volunteering, it's given me more perspective in my illness as well, my mental illness, because I'm helping people in a small way with the same things that I went through and have been through. And that's really neat for me, because seeing people coming in for their initial assessment, I know how nervous they can be and how hesitant they can be, and that I put myself in their shoes, and if I can make them feel a bit more comfortable, then I do, through conversation. So volunteering has just given me a new sense of purpose, really, in my life. There was something missing before, and this was it. Human contact, and getting to know people in the office, and getting to know myself a little bit more, because it's just given me such a huge sense of purpose. I'm thrilled to be volunteering here.